Hey, what's up, y'all? Today I'm gonna be breaking down how I would make Lil Uzi Vert cute trap type beats for the up and coming Pink tape. This beat is more of a concept rather than based on anything he's actually released quite yet. This is something that I would like to hear him rap on, and I'll just show y'all the demo right now.
Kale, this shit is trash.
Alright, so the first thing we're to start off with is the melody. And as usual, I just have a whole bunch of serum loaded up. So this first preset is, I usually like making presets on the fly while I'm making beats just because I find it more entertaining for me. Of course, you don't have to do that if it takes you a super long time to make presets. It's just, I've gotten used to it, so I've gotten pretty fast at it. But this first preset is a plucky kind of preset, and I will play that for you. Alright, so I'll kind of break down the sound. For these thinner sounds, use the PWM wave tables, or just go down here and go to PWM. They have very thin sounds, and I think they're really good for these happy, cute type beats. And all I did for sound design was I loaded up these two, and then I have this automation going for the delay just to add a little bit of extra at the end of every 2 bars. And as well, I have this automated to the level on this sub, so whenever it goes all the way up, it adds a little bit of high end. I'll play it. It's very subtle, but it's just those little things that you are good to add to it's just little accents that little ear candy you wouldn't really notice. But and then on to the next sound is this piano sound I use in like damn near every beat. Like, I love this sound so much. It's based off this Aphex Twin song that I love, and I use this thing in like every 5 beats at least. So just pretty basic chords to just underline that first block. And then next I have these 2 little column response melodies. The first melody is just basic sine wave lead. And then the second one is this weird one. I'll break that down after I play it. Okay, so like I said, first one, just basic sine wave, and then this second one is, this second one is this wavetable, and then I have a lot of resonance, and then this one is shifting the octave. It just adds a lot of character to it for whenever you play it. And then I have the portamento on, so it slides in between each note. You just want a lot of movement in your sounds in these beats, because the melodies are very basic, but because of the movement that's added in the synth, it really spices it up a lot. And then this last little melody piece was actually a mistake. So when I automated the delay on this serum, I turned it off, and it accidentally kept playing the delay because it ended on this part, and it just kept playing the delay. And I actually really liked how it sounded with the beat, so I just recorded it out, and then I have it just playing like this. That was really cool. I thought that was something like almost like a Clamps Casino kind of bounce to it if you're making that sort of connection. But it was just something small that I added to the beat. All right, now on to the drums. Drums are all from my up and coming Syrup Sipper drum kit. Comment down below. I will send some commenters this drum kit for free. It's all sound design completely from scratch. And I'll start off with this. This is not from the drum kit, but this is just an effects sound that I like to use from GMS. It's this Space Boots one under the special effects bank. I use that in a lot of my beats. It's just a cool little accent to add. And then next up, I have the square hi-hats and open hats. And I just wanted to go a little more freaky with it, so I added a bit of panning automation on the rolls, and then volume automation for those, so they weren't too high and overwhelming, but it adds a cool little bounce. And I don't have Effectrix, so I can't add that sort of stuff using effects. I kind of have to do it manually, but I think it sounds better in the end because you actually get to control it even more. Then next up is this lippy clap, also from the kit. Just basic clap. Snare, golf snare from the Syrup Sipper drum kit. And last but not least, you have this 808. Now, I actually made this specifically for this beat, and then I'm gonna add it to the kit, but every so often I'll do that just because I can't find an 808 that I think fits perfectly right with the beat, so I'll just make one from scratch. I would show y'all if I hadn't deleted the serum, because there's like a whole bunch of recording out, and it takes a little bit to make an 808, and there's a lot of tracks that I just didn't want it to be messy. But this is the Chris 808. And as you can see, the bounce on here is a little bit different. I just kind of felt that out. So usually you'd have an 808 hitting here on the second bar, but I just decided not to because I thought it sounded cool, and it's really good for the arrangement leading into the song. I think it sounds really good, and I'll show you all that in a little bit. And then as for mixing for all these sounds, you just have basic EQ. There's not much, especially when you sound design a lot of your stuff from scratch like I'm doing. I just add all the effects in Serum, so I don't really need anything. Just some light compression, and yeah, nothing on the drums. Don't need anything with the kit. It's all sound design from scratch, and I made sure they're all hitting, and you could just drag and drop them in. And then as for the master, just limiter with the all that turned down, halftime for when I end the beat, and then soft clipper. I don't know why there's an Edison there, but whatever. And then now on to arrangement. Typical hook, verse, back to hook. Very easy. Just remember to make cuts in your beat to make sure that it's not just an 8-bar loop, and then change up little things. Like sometimes I'll change up the hi-hat pattern. A lot of the time I'll change up the 808. So for this, when it's leading into the verse and finally gets to the verse, I have this high note on the 808 that kind of signals that. Yeah, so just little things like that, and then just changing something every 8 bars. And then for the verse, I signify it by having that little high 808, and then I add the perks and stuff in there because the melody gets less busy in the verse. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. I do this little 1/3 speed thing for my outros on my beats occasionally, especially when I'm making a more happy, I don't want to say hyper pop, but just like synthy kind of beat. I do that because I think it sounds cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll play the whole beat, or well, this part of the beat, to outro the video so you guys can kind of demo it again. I appreciate you watching. I hope you learned something new, whether that be for sound design or just making Uzi type beats in general. And let me know what kind of tutorials y'all want next. Alright, thanks. Oh, subscribe too. I forgot.
KO, this shit is trash.